Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, it's been a little while, been a couple weeks since my last review. I've only been able to get, I think, 2 reviews on in the past month or so. So I apologize for that. Thank you for all the comments, guys. I will be getting to you soon. Just been a little bit busy between work, family. I'm playing softball during the week now. Seems like I've always got something on the schedule, so thought this would be a good time to get a review on. It's Thursday, about 5 o'clock or so on Thursday here, California time. So got home just a little bit ago from work and felt like unwinding a little bit and getting this review on here. Been looking forward to this one, guys. I got this whiskey last week. Just haven't had time to get it on here. So as you can see, guys, George Dickel Bottled in Bond. You guys know I love George Dickel. I think my very first review on this, on here was George Dickel 12, and that was because I love George Dickel products. The 12, the 8 is good. The rye, anything George Dickel is just very, very good. It's my preferred Tennessee whiskey over Jack Daniels. And this one here, guys, it's the George Dickel Bottled in Bond, $34.99, a little bit more than I usually spend. I usually like to stay under 30, I should say. But could not pass this one up, guys. It is a Bottled in Bond, which means it's 100 proof. It's distilled for at least, it's aged for at least 4 years. One distilling season by a single distiller, the whole government supervision thing. But what makes this whiskey, this Bottled in Bond here, pretty special, guys? I mean, you usually hear about Bottled in Bond whiskeys being aged pretty much the minimum 4 years, sometimes a little bit more. This one here is 13 years old. A 13-year-old product in this bottle. Pretty neat. Its distilling season was fall 2005. And I'll read you a little bit on this bottle, guys. I was just very excited to find this. I didn't even know it was out in this part of the country yet. It just came out in May, I believe. And went over to the Bottle Barn after work one day. And just to see what they have, as usual. And I saw this and my eyes lit up. So it says, the Bottled in Bond Act of 1897 is an old law, but it's an important one to know. To be considered bonded, the whiskey must be from a single distillation season and distillery. It must be aged for at least 4 years, and it must be unaltered from its original character, except using pure water to reduce proof to 100 degrees. This batch of George Dickel you're holding abides by this law. If you have any doubts, just give us a call. We'll vouch for it personally. This batch comes from barrels maturing since fall 2005 with a taste that's bold and complex, kind of like the people who made it. So, pretty neat. Guys, I don't know if there's anything else we don't know about George Dickel on here, but it's from Tullahoma, Tennessee. George Dickel, they started making it in 1870. And as you can see, even though it's a Tennessee whiskey, they leave the E out of the word whiskey there, kind of like Scotch, because when George Dickel was making his whiskey way back, he said that his product could stand up against any Scotch, so he left the E out, and pretty much saying I'm on that level. So pretty neat, guys. So I want to open this bottle up. Haven't even had time to open it up. Really haven't been or had much time to drink a whole lot of whiskey lately. Couple announcements at the end of this having to do with that. But guys, it's good to be back and getting this whiskey on here. Really special stuff. Like sharing these special whiskeys with you guys. I'm really excited about this. So here we go. 13-year-old whiskey here, guys. Whew. All right, nice little pour as usual. And again, this was $34.99, guys. 35 bucks, you know, 36 and a half, $37 out the door for a 13-year-old whiskey. I mean, that's amazing. And George Dickel is, as I said, one of my favorites. So take a look at this, and it's nice and dark, guys. It's got a good, deep amber color to it. Sticks to the glass really well. Really excited. So let's give it a nose. Wow. And there is no harsh alcohol note to this. I'm saying wow because it is, I can tell just off the nose that it's got some deep notes there, guys. A lot of like toffee and caramel. Definitely a woodiness to it. You'd expect that, you know, being in the barrel for 13 years. Some spice, definitely some spice. More of a baking spice there in the nose. I'm getting some, definitely some fruity notes. I'm getting some dark fruit, but I'm also getting some tropical fruit as well. Man, it almost smells, has like a little bit of like almost a port type nose to it. Just like that deep, you know, almost kind of a wine note to it. Let's give it a sip. Wow. Wow, it's got a lot going on for it. Back to what we got on the nose. Caramel, toffee. I get a little bit of, back to the fruit note, I get a little bit of a raisin type note to it on the palate. Some good fruit notes, great spice notes, guys. This is a good spicy whiskey. Both rye and baking spice. Definitely some clove in there for sure. Let's give it another taste here. And I will say, guys, this is a very rich whiskey. I like those big pours, as you guys know, but I'm almost a little bit regretting pouring that much at once. I want to savor this bottle as long as possible. This has some really good stuff going on. Again, the fruit notes, get that more of that raisin on the palate there. Caramel and toffee, definitely a woodiness. Man, there's almost you know, the old-fashioned hard candies. You know, you get the anise and the you know, sarsaparilla, and there's another one. This maybe it's just the black licorice a little bit too, but it's got some of that going on for it as well. There's just a lot going on here, and man, it's hanging on too. Yeah, I can still taste it. I can still feel it on the back of my tongue. It just has a lot going on for it. So give it another sip, and then I'll give it a score. A little bit of a honey note to it too, but and then there's a thickness there, you know, in the mouth. It's no joke, guys. This is no joke. Definitely, I don't know if I'd say it's not for the faint of heart, but you know, I've said that before about other whiskeys, but this one here, it's a rich whiskey. It's definitely a heavy hitter, and it's not going to burn you up. It just, you know, when you have like some kind of a fancy dessert or something, and it's just really rich, like a tiramisu or something. You know, it's just got that richness in the mouth, It's like, it's great. It tastes great, but it's almost like, in a way, it's almost like too much. This one, I love this whiskey here, but I probably will pour smaller glasses of this one and make it last a lot longer than it's lasting here in this review. I could probably make a glass of this, a good double, last for, half hour, 45 minutes, guys. So if this one stays the price it's at, you better believe I'll be getting it again. $36 out the door, $37. I mean, I would, if I had the money to spend, I would pay upwards of $50 for this. It's really good. It's got everything that I look for in a whiskey. I like those really, not heavy, I don't want to use the word heavy whiskey, but just got all that richness and just the kind of boldness that I look for in a whiskey that you get with some of the others, Booker's and Knob Creek and some of those other ones. They're just full of flavor. But guys, definitely find this, or if you can find this, definitely buy this. Try it out if you can find it at a bar. I think from what I've heard, mid to high 30s is about the going price anywhere this is available. So find it, get it, guys. You're not going to be sorry. This is a good one here. One more sip. There's a lot going on there. I'm going to rate this out at a 92 out of 100. The only reason I'm not going any higher, and you know what, maybe next time I'll try this out. I hate doing this, but maybe I'll put a little bit of a splash of water in this, just to take off some of that edge. I mean, it's not the alcohol, like I said, it's so rich, just full of all kinds of flavors, that it just, it almost consumes you a little bit. So might try this with a little bit of water, but very good stuff. So 92 out of 100, not a bad score at all. Very good score. Just a couple announcements. I'll be doing, I have another bourbon, or this is a Tennessee whiskey, but I have a bourbon on the line that I'll be reviewing at some point, but I think I'm going to, I might go towards Scotch and an Irish whiskey for my next several reviews, guys. Next 3 or 4 reviews. I might mix in, a bourbon. I also want to do some beer reviews as well. I have some beer that I really enjoy. Really want to share with you guys and just expand more than I have in the past. I just want to mix it up a little bit. So my mom just went on a trip to Scotland and Ireland, and she brought me some really good scotch that I want to try out. So I've got about 3 or 4 of those, and then an Irish whiskey that I just bought the other day that is well within our price range here. So looking forward to that. Beer reviews, and again, another bourbon review at some point. I'm going to try to be on here a little more often. Just been tough, guys. Just been very, very busy. So not sure when I'll get on here again, but look forward to talking to you guys soon. As I said, I'm going to Alaska with my wife soon. So I'm not sure if I'll get a review on before then. If not, guys, y'all have a great 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. It's one of my favorite days of the year, and I'll actually be traveling that day. So I'm not sure if I'll, be seeing any fireworks or anything, but I'll try to get on before then, guys. So I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I hope you're doing well. And that's it for now, guys. Till next time, cheers.